This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. A South Fargo family has a warning for people in the area after they say hunting gear was stolen out of their driveway.
Valley News Team's J.C. Dodd spoke with the man who caught it all on surveillance video.
It was literally just went into the truck, went in the driver's side door, grabbed the stuff, got out, went on their merry way.
The first thing I noticed when I pulled into the Carter's driveway was the abundance of warning security cameras and use signs. But those +7 cameras across the property and motion censored lights wasn't enough to stop someone from walking down the Carter's driveway and taking what they could find.
Pretty nonchalant, almost looked like he lived here. Pretty comfortable.
They've lived in this house on 1st Avenue South for 6 years, across from the Gladys Ray shelter. He says while crime has happened in the area, he's never had anything stolen out of his pickup before. He says the crook took $600 worth of hunting gear.
Spent many years kind of building that up.
Including his nicest pair of binoculars.
I can fill the void, but it's just not that same quality. Kind of a sad thing because it's a little more sentimental, I guess.
He caught the thief on camera at 11:30 Saturday night. Earlier in the day, the St. Francis thrift store was broken into, just a few hundred feet from his doorstep, leading him to believe the two crimes could be connected. He says it was the one time he didn't lock his car door.
It kind of leads me to believe that maybe there is a little bit more door handle checking that's happening that we just don't know about.
In Fargo, J.C. Dodd, Valley News Live.
At this point, Fargo police are not connecting the two reported thefts. They say the St. Francis thrift store burglary is still under investigation.
Hopefully you're able to enjoy this evening as wintry changes are on the way tomorrow. Hutch joins us now with a first look. Hutch.
Stacy, thanks so much. Good evening, everyone. Let's get right to the details. We've added a first alert weather day for Saturday. That Alberta clipper we talked about last night, well, it could bring a shot of snow to areas that don't get it with our round one system. So 3 thaw days, or what we call first alert weather days. Thursday, things get started in the afternoon, and by evening we'll have some accumulating snow and travel impacts. By Friday morning, that travel impact will head down to the Southern Valley. Now the snowfall should be wrapping up about midday as the system exits off to the east. Then we get a little break Friday night and Saturday morning. By Saturday evening, it looks like an Alberta clipper will make its way through, and that too could bring some significant snow to portions of the valley. So we've got first alert weather days for Thursday, for Friday, and for Saturday night with the snow ending on Sunday. Round one looks like the greatest impacts will be in our northern counties where you see the purples here for snowfall. We could still see some lighter amounts in eastern North Dakota. That Alberta clipper looks like it's going to head from the oil patch down into southeast North Dakota with snow of round two. That second system, the track, is not as agreed upon by models, so that could change. But we'll keep you up to date with the very latest as we head in. First and foremost, clouds moving in from the west tonight. Rain begins tomorrow, and that will be the sign of the changes ahead. Hour by hour details here on all of this winter trickery here in a minute.
All right, thanks.
Yes. Charges have been filed against the man accused of robbing a Casey's gas station at Gunpoint in South Fargo. Authorities say 26-year-old Tyler Hendrickson took $215 in cash and a carton of cigarettes when he held up the store yesterday. Today, we also learned that he was caught stealing $33 worth of groceries from a Fargo Cashwise earlier this year. He pleaded guilty to that shoplifting charge and had to pay a $400 fine.
Several garages in an apartment complex burned this afternoon after a car parked nearby caught on fire. That fire happened at the Villa Apartments in the 200 block of 5th Street in Dilworth. Police say 2 vehicles and at least 3 garages suffered heavy fire damage. Fire Chief Mark Empting says they still don't know what caused the fire or if any illegal activity was involved. But he also says deputies have been dispatched to the area on several occasions responding to crime in the past.
Keep your eyes peeled for wild animals. A woman living in the Point West neighborhood in Fargo says that she saw a cougar in town while she was out walking her dog this morning. Now, the woman posted her observation on a neighborhood chat site, and it's gaining a lot of attention. She says she saw what looked like a 60 to 70 pound cougar cross 33rd Avenue South near Washington Street. Police were called to an area, did not find a cougar. If you happen to have video of the cat, you're asked to send it to police, and we'd like to see it too.
Lawmakers are in the process of allocating $1 billion in federal aid, but there are late efforts to move funds around. Among the major themes is putting more funding toward workforce development, especially in healthcare. North Dakota, like many other states, has lost workers in that field, and those who remain have been stretched thin for more than a year. The call isn't just for clinic workers, but also staff for independent living. The legislature has yet to approve any large spending bill, but some portions have passed one chamber.
Cass County's redistricting board has voted to approve new district boundaries. Every 10 years, county districts must redraw so that each district is substantially equal in population. Part of the problem in reaching a decision today, according to the commissioners, was a lack of public input. The state's attorney pointing out that only 17 people voted in online polling.
And I just wanted to point that out. It's hard to get much from that when the pool of participants is so small.
Option 5 was approved today. To view the map and the new redistricting, go to our website at valleynewslive.com.
Governor Tim Walz announced today a way to end homelessness among veterans in 13 Minnesota counties. State officials credit public and private partnerships for helping more veterans find housing options. Since the states launched the effort to house all veterans in Minnesota in 2014, it helped 2,200 veterans that had previously experienced homelessness to find homes.
This issue on care for our veterans in two areas that are pretty closely tied, veteran suicide and veteran homelessness. And when you start to eliminate the one in veterans homelessness and start to provide those wraparound services, you will start to see the veteran suicide rates drop.
Veterans experiencing homelessness can access services by calling 1-888-LINK-VET or visiting the Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs website.
Farmers in North Dakota will soon get more help dealing with their mental health following a tough year in the fields. A $500,000 federal grant is expected to be used on behavioral health and counseling programs. It is to help farmers cope with the stress from the drought, lower commodity prices, and other subsequent issues.
A West Fargo teacher is battling cancer for the third time. A GoFundMe page set up for second grade teacher Melissa Engelhardt says in 1998, then again in 2020, she was diagnosed with mouth cancer. Most recently, doctors found cancer in her neck and chin. Yesterday, Melissa started her 6 weeks of chemo treatments at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. The GoFundMe page has raised more than $28,000 for Miss Engelhardt. For a link to the page, head to this story on valleynewslive.com.
It might seem like teenagers are always on their cell phones, right? Never paying attention to the others. But there is one group of students in Bismarck that is the exception to the rule. Every day for a few minutes, these teenagers from Central High School are 100% engaged in what's happening around them. And at the same time, less than 2 miles away, another group of kids get pretty excited. You see, every day around 4 o'clock, kids at Sue Brady's daycare line up by the fence to wait for bus 54 for a brief exchange and a wave.
Wave on the bus. Wave to people.
This is the first time in 10 years of driving that I've seen a bunch of tiny little children standing outside with a poster that says, "We love school bus drivers."
Brady says her kids also get excited for the garbage truck, the UPS truck, and any construction equipment driving by. But Bus 54 is still the kids' favorite. Now we're going to have the full story for you tonight, so join us on Valley News Live at 10.
Can't wait for that. And later here on Valley News Live at 6, we're getting a look at the revamped West Fargo Fire Department.
Beautiful conditions to close out your terrific Tuesday. Wednesday looks wet, and by the end of the day, it looks white for some. I'll have hour-by-hour details on First Alert weather days for Thursday, for Friday, and now for Saturday as well, next.